Coming up tonight, do you love your Ole Miss athletics?
Well, Derek, I sure do.
Well, we're going to take a look at the newest way you can support your Ole Miss Rebels.
Also at 5, are you looking to get in shape before summertime? We'll hear about the latest fitness trends making its way to Oxford.
And later on, we'll see how horse meat could be making its way into your diet.
I'm Brittany Acuff.
And I'm Derek Spencer. Keep it local, keep it here. You're watching NewsWatch 99. We start off the broadcast with tonight's top story, a look at how the new Ole Miss Athletics Foundation with NewsWatch reporter Bracy Harris.
Thanks, Derek. In his first 100 days at Ole Miss, newly hired athletic director Ross Bjork has shaken things up, and he's not done yet. Straight off of the Forward Together campaign, Bjork is at the helm of another project, once again involving the Ole Miss fan base. The UMAA Foundation will now be known as the Ole Miss Athletics Foundation. There's no word yet whether or not an acronym will be attached. The foundation promises to deliver inclusiveness, stewardship, simplicity, and philanthropy. The key word here is inclusiveness. Membership dues start at $50, opening up new opportunities for Ole Miss fans, alumni, and even students. So how does this work? Remember the video game Mario? I know it's somewhere back in your closet along with your Sega that the $40 from GameStop was not enough to make you part ways with. Only this time it's in reverse. Instead of collecting gold coins to advance to the next level, you have to give them. When you join, you can get a cool car decal, which lets everyone on the highway know that you went to the best university. The more you give, the more you advance. The Builder Circle of the Vault Society, which is the highest level, will cost you a cool $1 million. The program will benefit over 400 student athletes. Forward Rebels, I'm Bracy Harris.
Thanks, Bracy. President Obama and congressional leaders left the White House without a resolution to end the nation's across-the-board spending cuts. These cuts, which went into effect today, could last not only weeks, but months. In a speech today, President Obama discussed the dangers of sequestration. Take a look.
These are dumb, arbitrary cuts to things that businesses depend on and workers depend on, like education and research and infrastructure and defense. It's unnecessary, and at a time when too many Americans are still looking for work, it's inexcusable.
The president also wants to avoid a clash with Congress that could shut down the government at the end of March, even if it means allowing these across-the-board cuts to remain in place for months.
Well, it appears that concealed gun owners in Mississippi do not need to worry about their information being available to the public. House Bill 485 seeks to put concealed carry permit information in the same category of things such as medical records and tax documents. This means the information is not available through Freedom of Information request. As of now, information requests regarding concealed gun owners is being delayed by the Mississippi Department of Public Safety because of the expectation that Governor Phil Bryant will sign House Bill 485 into law. Currently, 31 other states have made concealed gun owners' information private.
After the tragic Sandy Hook shooting, schools across the nation are taking additional steps to make sure our teachers and students are safe, and Lafayette County has followed suit. Last week, the district hosted a professional development day where the topic was school safety. Lafayette County High School had new tempered glass installed, which makes it harder for people to break into the building. They also have a new ID system in place for students. School resource officers are also being used across the Oxford-Lafayette areas. These officers are Lafayette County's sheriff deputies that work on campus to ensure student safeties.
Could Mississippi soon see a teacher shortage? Some university leaders believe this could occur if the legislature adopts one of Governor Phil Bryant's new education proposals. One of the governor's proposed plans looks to change the requirements used to admit college students to the state's 8 teacher preparation programs. Students would have to score at least a 21 on the ACT and earn a 3.0 GPA in recent college courses to be eligible for the teacher preparation program. Currently, some universities have lower requirements, and about half of the students that are currently in programs would be disqualified under the new standards.
Citizens of Oxford have many places to work out, but a new type of fitness training program called CrossFit has become so popular that a new gym is set to open today in Oxford. Mayor Houston Matthews shows us what the buzz is all about.
21 push-ups in a row before moving on to the next exercise. This is CrossFit. CrossFit is a workout that is popular around the nation. CrossFit gym owner and certified trainer Brady Williamson thought he was in shape until he tried CrossFit.
And by Army standards, I was in pretty good shape. But my cousin was starting CrossFit. He had been doing CrossFit for a couple of years at college and in his garage, and he put me through my first workout of the day, or WOD, and I thought I was going to die.
CrossFit has a WOD, or workout of the day. It consists of things like multiple reps of sit-ups, pull-ups, and hand-release push-ups. Each person tries for their best time, and the next time you work out, it's all about beating your previous time.
I think CrossFit is a good way to work out because it gives you variety in your workout, something new every day, and it's not monotonous.
Williamson adds a spiritual aspect to his workout by offering a scripture, WOD, or word of the day.
I fought the good fight, I finished the race, I kept the faith.
Being a strong Christian, he believes if you can put time into working out, you can put time into praying or reading the Bible.
I think it's well worth your time to focus on some scripture. There's a lot of people that go through an entire day or entire week without reading the Bible. Here, you're going to have at least a little bit of it every day.
Whether your goal is to get fit in body or soul, or both, CrossFit may be worth checking out. I'm Mary Houston Matthews for NewsWatch.
Thanks, Mary Houston. Coming up after the break, we'll hear some shocking details surrounding a deadly sinkhole in Florida.
Also, find out which former NBA star is friends with an infamous world leader.
And later, we'll take a look at this Friday's Top 5 with Nick Andrews.
All this and more coming up on NewsWatch 99.
Can we expect some more snow in this weekend's forecast? Stay tuned to find out when Stormwatch returns.
There are a million places you'd never consider texting. So why would you do it while driving? Leave risky driving to the professionals. Stop the texts, and together we can stop the wrecks.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you are really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
A Florida man is presumed dead after his sudden collapse into a sinkhole late last night. The man was sleeping when the 30-foot wide sinkhole opened up, swallowing his whole bedroom. Other relatives in the house were uninjured, but a deputy had to rescue the victim's brother, who went into the sinkhole to try and save the man. The exact depth of the sinkhole is yet to be determined. Authorities are waiting for an engineering crew's monitoring equipment to arrive in order to further understand the situation. One sinkhole expert calls this event very unusual. He says there is usually some warning when a sinkhole begins to collapse.
Could horse be your new dining meat of choice? The U.S. is very close to opening a horse meat processing plant in the next 5 years. A horse slaughterhouse in Roswell, New Mexico recently received the word from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. The department says that they are moving forward with the Valley Meat Company's application to begin horse slaughter operations. Valley Meat Company partners sued the USDA last year in order to have them provide federal meat inspectors for the slaughterhouse. The company hopes the slaughterhouse to slaughter and process horse meat in order to export it to China and European countries. Horse meat cannot be sold for human consumption in the U.S., so luckily you can stick to ordering chicken at your favorite restaurant.
Former NBA star Dennis Rodman is making news this week in his travels to North Korea with Harlem Globetrotter players. While the U.S. State Department calls this a private trip by a private citizen, Rodman did engage in talks with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and was even filmed hugging the dictator. Their meeting seems to have been positive, according to North Korea's state-sponsored news agency. The news agency says the North Korean leader told Rodman he hopes a sports exchange between the United States and North Korea would be activated. Many believe such an exchange could lead to a better understanding between the two countries. However, many still remain opposed to North Korea in the wake of their nuclear tests last month.
Cape Canaveral is finally back in action today with the launch of the unmanned Dragon capsule. The SpaceX craft was en route to the space station when it encountered a problem. 4 of its thrusters failed to fire up. The malfunction occurred shortly after the capsule separated from the Falcon 9 rocket that launched earlier today and achieved orbit.
Well, it appears we will be seeing some changes to Facebook soon. Facebook is set to unveil a new look for its news feed on March 7th to the press. Currently, Facebook is keeping its design plans secret until next week, but according to TechCrunch, the new design is likely to focus on Facebook's mobile app. In January, Facebook hosted a similar event for the press when it unveiled its new search tool known as Graph Search.
Every state in the union will soon be present at Ole Miss next week, but they will be represented in the form of a traveling map. Ole Miss students, elementary students, and the general public can experience the map from Monday to Thursday at the Jackson Avenue Center. This detailed map allows for students to dive in feet first into geographic